Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel. I really appreciate you being here. So the topic for today, we're gonna chat about your nutrition on the weekend. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. Feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, share this video with anyone that you think might find it helpful. So let's dive right into it, nutrition on the weekend. One of the main reasons why people will struggle with their nutrition, sort of one of the areas where they struggle with their nutrition, is that sort of Friday to Sunday spread. So lots to cover here. I'll try to keep it as concise as possible. So two things to look at. First and foremost, what we're looking to do is strike a great balance all week, like every day of the week, Monday to Sunday. So a couple of different ways that we can go wrong is we are way too restricted and too harsh with our nutrition, say like Monday through like Friday at 5 p.m. And then because of say either like, really restricted calories or really restricted food choices, we feel a real lack of control around food all weekend. We find it really difficult to stop at just like one or two cookies, or, it's just like, I've got to get all the food in this weekend because I know I've got to be good all week. So this is really problematic. Obviously, like it hurts your relationship with food, but also it can really like stop you from achieving the specific goals that you might have. So in terms of like performance, if you're really restricted all week, probably not doing your best work in the gym. If you have a goal around like body composition, wanting to, lose fat or gain muscle, probably not going to go your way. Any sort of deficit that you might create during the week will be absolutely blown out of the water on the weekend. So you'll really be spinning your wheels, right? Like frustrated and hungry all week, just waiting for the weekend, crushing it on the weekend, and then wondering why you're not moving forward. So my suggestion there would be to just strike a better balance. And so that would sort of be the second piece, is like, what does that look like? I think, and it can be different for everybody. That's the thing that you can never really forget about nutrition. Like everybody is unique. So what works for one person won't work for the other person. And I think you have to be open to exploring what do you need? What's going to work for you in terms of your weekend? What works best for me, and what I find can be very helpful for a lot of clients, is trying to maintain some structure on the weekend. So having a good intake during the week that is set for you to meet your goals, whatever that might look like, whether it's you're using like a plate model, you just kind of have a really good routine, you know what you need, you intuitively give your body the sustenance it needs. Maybe you track macros, whatever works for you, keep doing that on the weekend. It's just another day. If you know that you plan to build in something like special on the weekend, that's great. You should do that. I absolutely do that. I made a social media post today, I think in my stories, about how I crushed pizza and beer last night, and it was awesome. And I look forward to doing that. I kind of just love to unwind on a Friday night, have a couple beers. We live I don't go out much, so it's frozen pizza, but I found one that I really enjoy. So it's great for me. So I really enjoy doing that. But for today, I'm just kind of back to what I usually do. And that's what works for me. I find too, sometimes people get away from their structure because their routine changes on the weekend. So you might just find that your day looks different. Maybe you sleep in a little bit more. Maybe you're busier. Maybe you're less busy and you just get distracted, like cleaning your house or something like that. Plan your meals. Make sure you have your breakfast. Don't just crush coffee until noon and then be like, oh my gosh, because that's another thing that can happen, is that we are really restricted. We go for these long periods without food. It can mostly happen on the weekend, but this obviously applies to any day of the week, where we just we don't eat for 6 or 7 hours, and then it's like, oh, the food. So that structure and that routine, that schedule, it really helps. I hope you guys found that this was helpful. Again, please share it with anyone that you think might find it helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Thanks, friends.